Hello, welcome back. This is a break from your regularly scheduled programming. This is just a quick video to recap a couple of things, spring cleaning if you will. Firstly, a thank you to everyone that's been watching, and to everyone that's subscribed, and to everyone liking the video and commenting on the video so far. When I first started recording this, it was just me recording as many episodes as I could to throw up on YouTube, because I was playing CK2 and it was just, I was playing it very mechanically, very like mathematically, and I wasn't finding it very fun. So I thought if I commented on it and uploaded it, it would force me to kind of play it more like a story, I suppose, and it was more fun for me. I never expected anybody else to watch it, and I never expected people to subscribe for it either. So thank you for that. It's appreciated, and it definitely makes me want to carry on with it. So we did a poll probably a couple of weeks ago now, and I basically asked everyone how long do you want the episodes to be, because for me I was recording probably about 20-minute episodes, or at least aiming to do that, so that I could upload them pretty quickly, because I've got pretty terrible upload right now, but I am looking to upgrade to fiber optic soon. So we're going to move on to the long videos very shortly. I've got a few more episodes in a backlog. I recorded quite a big backlog because there was a CK2 patch announced not so long ago, the spring cleaning patch, which was supposed to change a lot, especially as you can see the main menu's been changed from this this bit here. But it actually added a lot of things in the base game. Didn't affect Elder Kings too much besides some of the menus. But what it meant was that the mods would be outdated for a long time, and I was worried that the Elder Kings wouldn't have a particularly quick update, because the development team have, or one of the main developers on it has recently announced that he's giving up on the project, he's retiring from it. So I was worried that we wouldn't have any content for ages after this patch hit, so I recorded a load to build up this backlog so we had episodes every day, but then they managed to get an update out pretty quickly. So that should end on the 6th of June. I recently recorded a longer episode today, and I've got that uploaded, ready to go. So that is when the longer episode should be going up. The next thing I want to ask is to get your guys' opinion on what the next series is going to be after the Elder Kings. We're getting to a point now where I think Elrang is almost done. He's got more adventures, obviously, but he's almost we've almost succeeded in what we set out to achieve. So I was kind of looking for what we want the next series to be. Now, I've been speaking to a couple of friends of mine, and both of them are interested in doing different multiplayer playthroughs. I think that could be kind of fun. I've also got some ideas for another solo playthrough as well. I don't want to overburden you guys with content as well. Like, half-an-hour videos are really long as it is, and I am uploading every day. But I don't want to be uploading 3 or 4 videos every day that are half an hour long. I think that'd be way too much. So the multiplayer videos are going to be probably a couple of times a week, depending on what series I do, and then I'll continue doing a solo series like every day as well. So I got some ideas for that, and I want some feedback, some opinions. I won't run like an official straw poll this time or anything. I'm just leave a comment, and I'll sort of make my mind up depending on, you know, how updated the mods are, how much there is to do. So the first mod I was thinking of doing for a solo playthrough is this one here, Divine Intervention. Basically allows you to play as Theocracies, which you can't do in the base game. I was going to do this and CK2 Plus together. CK2 Plus, if you don't know, is a big overhaul mod. Adds a lot of extra features to the base game that aren't there. Changes the map a little bit as well. And gives religions a big overhaul. So I figured I'd play the playable papacy, see if we could do some interesting things with that. See if we can, like, you know, maybe a bit of a corrupt pope, maybe a satanic pope, maybe a horse pope. That's something I've had in mind for a while. And I think that could be a pretty fun playthrough that you wouldn't ever see normally, I suppose, outside of mods. The next mod I wanted to look at was this one here. This is one that me and a friend are considering doing multiplayer. It's When the World Stopped Making Sense. So this one essentially just changes the start date, so it's a few hundred years earlier. I think it starts around the 5th century, so it's just after the fall of the Roman Empire, and it's that sort of early migration period. It's just a different take on CK2 before there's, you know, mass religion, before HRE, things like that. I thought that'd be a pretty cool, different playthrough to go for. Again, that will be one we're doing multiplayer. I've actually personally never played this mod before, so this will be really fresh for me. All these other mods I'm going to talk about today I've played a bit. You know, Divine Intervention I've tested at least, and it's pretty fun. But this one I never played before, so this will be massively unique to me. This next series, I think, is happening for definite. This is one me and my friend Josh are going to do. This is Warhammer Kehinde, which is a total conversion of CK2 into the Warhammer Fantasy universe. It's very, very, very well made. Custom models, obviously a huge custom map, custom religions, sort of story events, things like that. Obviously, I appreciate that this won't appeal to everyone, especially people who don't know much about Warhammer Fantasy. But I will say, I barely know anything about Warhammer Fantasy. I've played Vermintide, I've read a little bit of lore surrounding it, and I've played this mod. And it's just a very, very enjoyable take on CK2. I think it's probably one of the best mods I've played. And I've played a shit ton of CK2 mods. This is, again, going to be multiplayer between me and my friend Josh. He's a bit of a lore buff on Warhammer. He knows a lot more than me. He's played quite an extensive amount of the Total War games, from what I understand. So I think this one is a definite. But let me know in the comments if nobody's interested in it. I think we're still going to play it. But it's just a heads up that that's probably going to be happening. Another series that I'm not sure whether I want to do single player or multiplayer yet with my other friend Jack. This is the Game of Thrones mod. I've actually probably played the Game of Thrones mod more than base game CK2. This is actually what got me into CK2. Was my love of, you know, the Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, but also found out that it translated incredibly well to CK2. It's probably my favorite mod ever made. And I know a huge amount about it, and my idea for this was maybe having some sort of like Ironborn collector going around collecting, you know, weapons, artifacts, wives, things like that. Just kind of having fun with it, doing something a bit quiet off to the side, maybe even a Republic, Ironborn Republic. Seems a bit ironic, but there we go. That I think is definitely at the top of my personal list. But again, I want feedback from you guys. And then another idea we had between me and my friend Jack was HIP, and I'm sure everyone's heard of HIP. If not, it is another mass overhaul along the lines of CK2+. And it's up there with CK2+ as being probably the most played total conversion. It changes a lot of the map, fleshes out a lot of mechanics, but it sort of aims more for historical accuracy. It definitely goes more for... There's like, how do I describe this? There's in-game mechanics designed to promote historical accuracy as well. You can toggle them off, but it's definitely a more sort of hardcore CK2 experience, to put it that way. Makes a lot of changes to the map, a lot of changes to events as well, and government types, things like that. It's very fun. Our idea for this was something like, I don't know, playing in the UK just after 1066, I think was the idea. So that's what we've got on the drawing board right now. I'm trying to think of some other things, because, like I said, we've still got a while before our rang's done. And I'd like some feedback, and of course, if anyone has any suggestions on what mods to play, I was also considering After the End, which I believe is an America total conversion. It's supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic America type playthrough. The only problem with that is neither myself nor my friends will have much of a touchstone for that, because we don't... You know, I think we all have a general understanding of American geography, but it's not like Europe or the UK where we know it. Or Game of Thrones, I suppose, or Elder Kings. It's weird that America to us would be more foreign than these things, but there we go. I wasn't so sure on that one, but obviously if people are interested, that would definitely be one put up for consideration. And I think that was it. There was another mod released today that I've got to check out first, that I will mention briefly, one that adds... the rest of Asia, so Japan, Southeast Asia, Southern Asia as well, you know, down south past China. That might be really cool to check out. From what I understand, it's still early days for that mod. It's missing a lot of provinces, very rough around the edges. I'll check that out, and then I'll get back to you whether or not... I'll leave a comment on this video saying whether or not I actually want to do that. Those are the options. Those are what I think we're going to do. Geheimnis Nacht, I think, is definite, and I think Divine Intervention playing as the Pope is probably up there. I think Game of Thrones is probably on the shortlist as well. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I've played way too much CK2 recently. Goodbye.